Going on a little adventure here. I have my Toyota 4Runner rental here. It has four-wheel drive, but you can't attempt this road because it's a very deep sand here in northern Arizona, southern Utah. But it's that red sand, and I'm headed back to Peekaboo Canyon. It's a little slot canyon with beautiful walls and things. I'm gonna check that out. This is what the road looks like. So there's kind of deep ruts, and it's very loose sand. So if you just have a regular vehicle, it will not be sufficient. Some areas are less deep in the sand, but it's about 3 miles of this to get back to the slot canyon. Welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and I am at the Red Slot Canyon, which is also called the Peekaboo Canyon. And it is really difficult to get back here. Do not attempt it in a regular car. If you don't have four-wheel drive, you're not gonna make it, because there's a couple points where at one point I didn't have it down and low. I had it in just a medium four-wheel drive, and I was starting to get stuck. So low is required, and keep moving through that loose sand. But once you get to the wash area, looks like this. It gets you all the if it's raining in this area, do not attempt it, because it could flash flood right down through the riverbed there. So you have to drive the last mile or so in the riverbed. But this is the slot canyon here. So I'm the only one here. I'm the only one that attempted it today. So I'm gonna have it all to myself. So I'll show you what there is to see and do here at Peekaboo Canyon. Peekaboo Canyon, Slot Canyon Trail is 0.7 of a mile. So it's not too long. So that's probably, 1.4 miles round trip. This is the entrance to it. Really cool. So the water just used to rush right through here, and sometimes it probably does. But the slots get really tight in some spots. Really cool. There's still a little bit of snow on the ground. section, it opens up to a just the riverbed, and then it starts back with the slot canyon. Just really cool. It's narrow, but most places two people could get through side by side. Just really cool. Looks like this is a section where you have to step up a little bit. So it is a true adventure. Yeah, there's a little ladder here that it takes you up to the next level and continues on. In a couple spots of the canyon, you have some logs or different things that you have to step over, some obstacles, but just really pretty and dramatic. I mean, it's just like all the lines and it's all been scraped by debris, rocks, things being washed down through this canyon when they have high volumes of water that rush through this small little channel. Ooh, it's getting darker. It's getting more narrow. It's a very long, I think it's one of the longest slot canyons that you can hike through in southern Utah and northern Arizona. The more famous one is the Antelope Canyon, but it's really nice to have this all to myself. When you're hiking, it's pretty much all slot canyon. Oh, it's getting even more narrow. That's cool. Quite an adventure. Love this. My heart's racing. It's just like exploring new areas and seeing things that nature has formed. It's really cool. So This is the very end of the Slot Canyon, as far as you can go. And there's a big boulder rock just sitting there, ready to come down at some point. So I made it back to the very end. Oh yes, I need to stand underneath that rock and touch the wall. So cool. Places like these that are so remote and they have all this geology, the sandstone that's all been carved by nature. Such a fun adventure. Just loving this. It's a little eerie. Oh, look at this log. This log has been pressed in here from the roaring water that's come through here. And it's just lodged in that spot right there, right above your head. So cool. So glad I was able to get a four-wheel drive vehicle in order to get back here, because it's so difficult. You can also rent a tour guide in Kanab, Utah, that will take you through up to this point. They have the vehicles to get you back here and take you on a guided tour. So that's also an option. Okay. Logs have been washed down here. I'll just climb over them. There's just a couple spots where the snow is still sitting here in the Slot Canyon. Variations in colors, and when the sun hits it, it's so much lighter in color than when it's shaded. That's just the little ladder that they put in here, so you can navigate down from the lower level up to the higher level. Just in filming this, my hands are cold. Just having my hands out. So gloves might be recommended too if you're visiting this Slot Canyon in the winter months. So hiking back in here, I was the only person here for the first 45 minutes or so until I got to the very back, and I headed back and I ran into 3 gals, and they have like a little razor. So it's one of those 4x4s that, you know, she gave me some tips on how to get through that deep sand, because I gotta go back up that hill in the deep sand. So it definitely makes your heart race, because it's really difficult. You have to turn off the traction control to your vehicle, hopefully have wider tires, let them out just a little bit so that it grabs more on the sand, and so that helps out. She gave me a couple tips. Slot Canyon is only 0.7 of a mile, so it's probably 1.4 round trip, but there's 2 different levels and it takes you all the way back. You'll know when you're at the end because it dead ends and there's a big boulder above you. This one is the main entrance to Peekaboo Canyon, and then there's another one just off to the right, and I'm gonna just check it out and see what it has to offer. Yeah, we got a couple more people. It makes me feel a little bit better, because trying to get out of here, I don't want to get stuck, and if I do, I want somebody to be able to help me out. It's just kind of to the edge of the Slot Canyon, so it just kind of goes along the outer edge. But the rocks are just really cool, and all the different textures in them because of all of the rocks and debris that have carved into it over the years. Thanks so much for joining me on my adventure to Peekaboo Canyon here in southern Utah. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Whatever you're doing today, get out to the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile.